using these roads. But during the rainy season, babe, like, damn, this road.
Yeah. All right, guys. So as you can see, we made it. We're here at the Black Acres of the Gambia. Hey guys, I'm Risha.
I'm your grandma.
And we're the Mandinka family. And today we have the awesome Bag family here. We're gonna interview them. They're gonna give us some advice to our young black couples here on the continent and in the diaspora. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned.
You be my queen, you be my skin saver. I'll be a king, no be cinema. Diamond, mineral, situation critical. You be my queen, you be my screen saver. I'll be a king, no be cinema. Diamond, mineral, situation critical. Sun kiss your body, glitter, glitter.
All right, guys. So as we mentioned, we have the Bag fam here with us. If you guys can introduce yourselves, where you're from, anything about you.
Hi, I'm Sweet Juicy, well, Cynthia, known as Sweet Juicy Mama. I'm from America, was born and raised in Chicago, but when we, came to the Gambia, I'm coming from Clarksville, Tennessee.
Okay.
Hi, family. I'm Rick, also known as Sweet Daddy, and I was born in the Illusion. Don't want to give it power by mentioning its name, but I was born in the Illusion. Spent about 52 years of my life and said, hey, after 52 years of trying and going to college and getting degrees and certifications and joining the military and everything, trying to live the illusional dream, I checked out. I said, this ain't gonna cut it. So we got out of there, and we've been here on the smiling coast of Africa, West Africa, the Gambia, since.
Yep.
That's beautiful. So like, how did you guys meet, and how long have y'all been married?
We met in Chicago. I used to go to my aunt's house during the summer. And every summer I would be over there, and one day I saw him. He would be at his grandmother's house. And I just looked at him. I was about 12, 15 at the time. And you know how neighborhoods, you play a lot. Softball in America, we played a lot. And I saw him. And one day he was walking down the street. And I remember when they used to always say this. If you want, yeah. Stop it. I come out the house, my aunt's house, and they always said, if you want something, write it down. You know, of course, we used to play with chalk.
Yeah.
I just wrote Rick and sent it. It would be all over the wall. I didn't know this was gonna work.
That's cute.
But I wrote it every day. But then I saw him. It's like, I like him. But he looks grown. He had hair, face, and he was only 15.
Okay.
And I said, well, I'm going to get him. And ever since then.
That's what's up, Rick.
But he was shy.
Yeah, I was shy.
You were shy?
Yeah.
Not Rick.
Yes.
I was
very shy.
Yeah, I grew up in a single family household, and basically I was a loner, you know what I'm saying? Because of the family setting. Father wasn't there, and when he was there, he wasn't doing stuff right, you know what I'm saying? So basically I grew up on my own and wasn't much of a people's person. In fact, I just wanted to be by myself, and one thing I wanted to do was to get out of the hood.
Yeah.
And so a lot of people like Sweet Juicy Mama would say, oh, I like him, and to avoid them, the girls, I would go all the way around the block just to avoid contact.
He didn't do that day.
No, I didn't, but I'd go through the alleys.
He came right straight to me.
Yeah, I go through
I
alleys.
guess because I wrote it down.
Yeah, but no. Girls used to like me, and they'd be sitting on their porch, and I'd have to cross their house to get to mine. Okay. So I would go in the backyards or the alleys just to avoid them, you know what I'm saying? And just somehow with her, it was different, you know what I'm saying? So
one day we were playing
together
in the field.
Yeah.
We used to play in Chicago. You play a lot of softball.
Okay.
And it was on concrete, but we were playing that day.
Right.
And somehow afterwards, we end up in that by ourselves.
Yeah.
Oh.
And we kissed that day.
Playing
but
house.
I was like,
Playing house.
But at
That's
12, my mind was different than the most 12-year-olds.
Yeah.
Back then. Mine, so I guess because I like he said, I come from a single home. It was just my mom.
Okay.
And I had a sister. But I was the one, when my mom worked, she was a nurse. She worked at night. I was the one taking care of the house. My mind was more of a older person.
Okay.
I would cook, clean, wash. I had to do my sister's hair, my hair, and we go to school the next morning. My mom would come in early in the morning, like 7 o'clock in the morning. She would go straight to sleep.
Okay. So you
And
were
I
very
was the
mature.
one, right? I was the one doing all the cooking and cleaning and washing and everything. I was more of a mother.
You was a mother before becoming a mother.
Exactly.
Gotcha.
Exactly. So I think that's what made my mind grow stronger or older. And
So did Rick have to catch up? Did you have to catch up to her
absolutely.
maturity?
But you know, girls develop faster than boys and stuff. So yeah, she pulled me along. You know.
Okay. Now I remember, like, you know, just different moments when I fell in love, the different reasons why I fell in love with Ibrahima. So can each of you tell me, like, what was it that made you fall in love with Sweet Juicy Mama? What was it that made you fall in love with Sweet Daddy?
Go ahead, Sweet Mama.
honestly, it was his smell.
Oh.
But I mean, I was afraid too, because I grew up where there was a lot, mostly women around me, and they had different fathers with their children. They would maybe have 4 kids, all 4 different men, and I always told myself I don't want that. And I did see a lot of abuse in my mother when she was married. But again, now that I see, I think she brought all of that on her own too.
Yeah.
With her, the way she was come up too. But I don't know. I saw something different in him, and I said, well, maybe this is what I'm supposed to have. I just know I didn't want an abusive person hitting on me.
Absolutely.
I didn't want that, because I saw that a lot, and I didn't want where I had different males with 5 baby daddies or something like that. I didn't want that, and so it just was like, I don't know how to explain. It was just, I knew he was the one.
Okay. You just knew it within you.
Yes.
Okay.
And the way I fell in love with Sweet Juicy Mama was, she was sincere. And, you know, when you're young, you know, you want to run this place, that place, that place. She was always there. So a lot of stuff that I had to get out of my system, she was patient enough to say, let it run its course. And so I said, wow, now if she's willing to stand by me while I run out and do certain things, she has to be the one. Because most of them said, well, you do it, I'm gonna do it too. You know, but she was always there. And so finally I said, hey, this is the one. And what really hurt was when we separate, you know, something was missing. You know, you'd be like, want to cry or something. You're like, where's my energy? You know, I used to have energy when she was there, but when we separate, it's like something hit you in the stomach. You know what I'm saying?
It was like,
so
how we separated is when he was in the military. He used to come on every weekend. He drive from Kentucky all the way to Illinois.
Okay.
And he would be there for the weekend, and on Sunday he would leave Sunday evening.
Okay.
And he go his way, and I'm still back at home. But that's how when he say separate.
And like I said, when you separate, you feel that pain, like something is missing, or your better half is missing. And so every chance I got to spend with her, I would. Even if I had to drive to Chicago, which was 7 hours away from where I was stationed, if I had to drive just to spend 2 hours with her, I would do it and turn around and drive 7 hours back.
Okay.
And I'm sleeping, about to kill myself. You know, driving, you know, trying to make it back.
Sleeping in the car, I didn't like it.
And so that's why I knew she was the one.
So her absence is what let you really realize it.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Now, you know the song by New Edition, Sunny Days.
Yeah.
Everybody loves them. So when it's sunny days, it's easy, but they say, can you stand the rain? So how do you guys weather the storm? What advice can you give to us young black couples to weather the storms when we are going through issues? Because nothing's perfect.
That's right.
I will say this. At that moment in time when you're going through it, you have to separate just to let it cool down. Don't stay there and let it keep going, escalating. give both, some time to go, whether it's be in a different room or whether he goes, like you said, separate back to the military or whatever. You have to have that time to actually figure out and say, okay, what happened? How do we fix this? Because if you don't, it's going to escalate and escalate. And women, I'm one of them. I got a mouth.
Yeah,
and I'm going to always want to be right. And I know I'm wrong. But sometimes we have to be quiet. We have to listen. And sometimes he have told me, why you always want to be in charge? I remember when the time you wrote me the letter, you said, we're going to do this thing right, but you've got to let me talk some.
I don't remember that letter.
He wrote me a letter. I still have all the letters that when he went to the military. I keep them. I got them in a little container. And I'm going to bring that letter up one day. I remember him writing, I'm like, you want to be in charge? You ain't being in charge of me. But sometimes you have to be quiet, women, because, you don't know. You're not always right. And I knew I wasn't always right, especially coming the background where I come from. He taught me a lot of things, that it doesn't have to be this way. I was always angry too, coming from the background I come from. Angry, just so, I don't know why I was angry. I guess the lifestyle that I had come from. I was angry, and he taught me a lot. You don't have to be angry at this. Let's try it this way. Let's do it this way. And I learned a lot.
I can see that. That's kind of like a reflection of us, because like I'm used to handling things all by myself on my own, and then now you do have to kind of share that control. So it's sometimes hard to let the control go, because you know that when you do it, it can get done, but like it
like,
is
not that way. That's me. And he did tell me, he said, you don't have to be like you the man all the time.
I don't remember that.
All that. But I do remember, and I was like, wow, am I really that way? And I was, but that's because that's what was given to me. Like I said, I used to cook, clean, do this, that. Had to show my sister the homework and all this. My mother wasn't there to teach me these things. I just learned, and that's what I had to do. And I think it came with me when we got together. And I tried to use it on him. He was like,
nah, that ain't gonna work here.
I think one of the things that I've used from the male perspective to make sure things work is you're in charge. Now, that's not to be anything demeaning toward the woman, but as the male, you're assuming the leadership, because the way the traditional family works is, and this might piss some people off, but the male is the breadwinner, the mom is the person in charge of the house, the finances, the children, all that. You know what I'm saying? She's the supporter, you're the protector and provider. If you understand those roles, the rest is history. And so when we would encounter some difficulties, my perspective was, I'm the head of the household. Not like shut up and do what I say. As the head of the household, hey, look, this is what I think is best for the family. If you don't agree with that, we'll try your way. If it doesn't work, then guess who's at fault? You understand what I'm saying? And so once you explain that, more often than not, the woman's going to say, well, yeah, we'll try it your way. And if it doesn't work, then we get to say, we'll try it my way. But it has to be some flexibility in there and stuff. But I believe as the head of the household, it's your responsibility to make it right. And sometimes you might know you're right and believe you're right, but sometimes you just got to let her go ahead and think that she's in charge and let her see how it turns out. And then more likely than not, she's going to say, give it back to me. But sometimes we argue. We argue sometimes, and I say, okay, we're going to do it your way. I get to sit back and chill. We're going to do it. Then she come back,
you did it.
Then she come back and say, no. What did you say? What did you say? And then I'll tell her.
It happens all the time because it's, again, the motherly, what I got from not getting from home with my mom, just what I know. And it's not always right. So I learned a lot to just take it down some. And it's nothing wrong with that, taking it down some.
For the right man.
Right. Exactly, for the right man.
One of my next questions is, You know, we talked about this before, the American or even just the West, they have systems structured to separate black man, black woman. So what are 3 qualities or 3 attributes that we need as black couples in general to stick together, to have that longevity like you guys have?
Okay. I'd say the 3, you did say 3.
Yeah.
I would say 1 is love. But in America, our version of love isn't the African version of love. In America, we want to love with our heart, you know, but, you know, Cupid shoots you in the heart and you think you love something. We need to start loving with the mind, you know what I'm saying? Because the mind controls it all.
Right.
So I would say love, understanding of each other.
And always.
Hey, here are our roles. I'm the male, you're the female. If they have to overlap, so be it and stuff. So love, understanding,
And communicate.
communication.
Yeah.
Communication, you got to be able to talk it out.
Yes.
And like Sweet Juice Mama said, if you have to separate for a little while,
Couple hours, just
You know what I'm saying?
somebody leave.
Somebody got to cool down.
yeah,
We both got
Yeah.
to cool down.
Has
and get
to.
back together and talk it out. Don't let it fester. I'm not going to talk to you. I'm not going to talk to you. It'll escalate to where you both are where you don't want to be.
Yes, and never, if you can handle it. I mean, if you can avoid it, don't go to bed angry
Right.
or mad at each other. You have to discuss it.
Right.
Because how would he know what's wrong, what's bothering
True.
me, or how would I know what's bothering him?
And I think women, like in the West, we, and I used to have this mentality, like we just generally think men are mind readers, but they're not.
No. No, you're
They
right.
think we should know why we're mad at them.
Can't
you know?
figure it out.
Yeah.
Can't figure it out because
We just so emotional.
Yeah,
but,
we
but,
are.
but unfortunately, you know, us as male are really we're really simplistic. Now, women are complicated. Now,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? But we are, it doesn't take much to satisfy us.
No.
On the flip side of a woman, I mean, man, it's like the list is endless. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right.
So you kind of got to be aware of, man, I got to do this right, I got to do that right, do this right, do this right, do this right. And the man is just one or two things.
But if you know how to take care of that man, you know what his likes, dislikes, and all that. You know, feed the male, give him that time. You know that, married couple time. If you have that set, that shouldn't be no problem.
Right.
Yes.
Absolutely.
What I want to know is like, what is specifically Rick like? What is something that you would advise me as a man? You know, because you started from a young age,
Right.
being with someone that you are up like 30 years now.
Right.
What advice would you give me so that I can have, her in my life
Forever.
Forever, yeah.
Right. Well, you got to understand first and above all that this is the one. You understand? And in keeping the one, guess who that is up to? You. You see what I'm saying? So you've married this woman and taken her as your wife. By now, you should know some things that she liked and she disliked. So do more of the things that she liked and less of the things that she disliked. But you got to always remember at the end of the day, this is the one. You know what I'm saying? When you got on your knees and sang yang and asked her to marry you, this was the one. You see what I'm saying? So that should never change. Irregardless of an argument or a misunderstanding or a mistake, she's still the one. And at the end of the day, it's up to you
Exactly.
to correct it. You know what I'm saying? If there's some misunderstanding or mistakes.
And
it's
not
up to
only
you.
that, you don't want to do it just because you love her and it hurts you. If it's hurting you to the point where you don't want to be around her anymore, you got to let her know.
Yeah.
I don't want this because I really love you, and I only do it because I don't want to fight with you. But it is hurting me. You've got to address that. Otherwise,
Absolutely.
it won't work.
Can't compromise yourself
Yes.
in
That's
situations.
Exactly
Yes.
right.
Okay.
That's
so,
a good question, brother.
Yes, I
Yeah.
like
Any
that.
other questions?
Yeah, I'm
you're fine, Rick.
You know you messing with that.
yeah, okay, one more question, one last question that I would ask is like, you've been married for 30 years. 30 years now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Us, she's like on her 30s, I'm on my 30s too. Like, for example, if kids comes into our life, for example, if we have kids, like, what is an advice that you would give us to, like,
They're going to play y'all.
They go. play us against each other.
Our belief is like, even if we have kids, she has to come first in my life.
Always.
I am to come first in his life, because some point in our life,
They're gonna go.
definitely.
Yes.
So,
And you're still gonna be there.
all right.
Yes.
And I agree
You have
with
to
you.
stay strong, because you know, women, myself, we love our children. We don't want them to be hurt. And when daddy come in and try to, what is it, punish or whatever, to get them back straight, we can't come in and say, hey, don't do that. Let me handle it. No. We both have to handle it. Because children will play you against each other. We had 7.
Yeah.
And to this day, they still try to play us.
That's true.
So you have to stay strong with it and at that point, let them know that who's in charge, mom and dad.
That's right.
Yes, because you know, we had children where they would sometimes go in the other room and come to me, ask me some questions or what to do, and then go another way and ask dad, then come back, well, mom said this, or dad said this. Well, let's talk together, and we'll tell you yay or no. You know, they will do that to you.
Right.
And also family members, same way. You have to have that where you don't let them in and try to, you know, break you to up. They will do it, especially if they're not liking you or her. They will try that. But, you know, you have to, you know, listen to everyone and say, okay, we're going to talk about it together. Then we'll come back and address it with you. We understand your mom and dad or grandmom or whoever, but at the end of the day, it's you and her.
Right. And the kids are always watching. And so what I challenge my kids to is, I'm the example of what a man should do and a father should do and a husband should do with mom, the mother, wife, whatever. If you're doing something, the first thing you need to ask yourself, this is to the child. Did I see my dad do that?
Right.
Did I see my dad strike my mother? I never saw that, so you just shouldn't do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Did I see my daddy pissy drunk? You know what I'm saying? No, I didn't see my dad do that, so you shouldn't do that.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Things like that. When the kids come into play, they're watching you, and you should be the example for them. Not that we perfect. I don't believe there's nothing perfect, you know.
No, not at all.
But we should always be example to the kids. So if they do something, you should say, now, where did you learn that behavior from?
Right.
Yeah.
You never saw me do that. Where you get this from? You know?
Right.
But society
Definitely not from us.
have a way of changing. No matter what you do, because once they leave that house and go for a couple hours here, they're going to see something
They're going to be
different.
influenced by someone else at some point in their life. And I appreciate what you said as far as, like, you know, if you married the man, then you trust him enough to discipline the kids that y'all had together. So however he decides to discipline them, as a woman, we have to be able to trust his own instincts, because you both have your kids' best interest at heart at the end of the day.
And we're not killing them. We're
Yeah.
That's true.
Let them know you're not supposed to do this or that
That's right.
or whatever. But
To survive.
Yes.
To survive.
Absolutely.
that's
And
the
be
only
productive.
way it's going to work with both of us.
Like I was watching one of Steve Harvey's, video, and this woman, she came to Steve and told him that, like, my husband, how he treat our kids, like, sometimes I feel like it's not fair. He is kind of sometimes a little bit of harsh to them. And Steve asked her that, like, do you love your husband? Do you love the personalities that you see in him? So let him handle the kids. How
exactly
he
right.
wants.
Yeah, I saw that episode.
And I believe,
I saw
like,
that.
I was like, yeah, that's why.
I believe that too, and I don't know if this is the end, but let me say one thing too now. We have to be careful who we get information from.
Yeah.
Now, a person that's been through 3, 4, 5 marriages,
Yeah.
there shouldn't be anything he could tell you except for how to go through 3, 4, 5 marriages.
Right.
Now, if somebody's been
I agree
married
with
30 years or 40 years or 50 years, they could tell you how to get to 30, 40, 50 years of marriage.
Absolutely.
But a guy that's been married multiple times or a woman that's been married multiple times, that's the only thing they can teach you how to do.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
I feel you on that.
Follow success. Don't follow failure.
And you sometimes you have to follow your heart too, and you know what's right and what's wrong. You're human. I mean, we all make mistakes, but we can sit back and say, okay, really, I should have done this, but this is how you're going to correct it.
Okay. And our final question is for each of you, why is Black love so important, and what does it mean to each of you?
Yes, it has to. It has to be there forever. It will carry us along the way. When we're no longer here, our children will know exactly what to do to keep it going. That's the only way to keep unity and Black power alive.
Absolutely.
It's just a strong foundation that we have to build in order to move forward.
Awesome.
And keep it going.
Right, and the Black love, that's how we get back to power. We're not going to vote our way in there.
Nope.
We're not going to pray our way in there. Black love matters and stuff. You see, that's the only way we get back to the top, guys.
No politicking.
So you can't do it. You can't do it. Black male,
Nope.
black female, male. Like we say, black
man, black woman, black
Babies,
and
Black empowerment.
That's how we get
the
back
only
in
way.
top.
Let's say it one more time. Black man, Black woman, Black babies, Black empowerment.
The
That's how we get
only
to the
way.
top.
That's the only way. That's what's going to help the Black community.
Right. That's how we
Keep
get
it
back on
strong.
top.
Yes.
And how can the people reach you? If anybody hasn't heard of you before, how can they reach you or follow you? Or
Well, we have a YouTube channel, Black Acres of the Gambia. We have an email, usambudacynthia@gmail.com. And anything we
got
share. We have a Patreon.
You did put the email, right?
Right, yes.
Okay, we got that. And if you want to see
Facebook.
exclusive content, you got to go to, what's that?
Patreon, which is Usambuda Cynthia or Black Acres of the Gambia Patreon.
Right.
Yes, you can go there, or you can go. I mean, just put in bag. It'll pop up. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly right. Or you can contact us through the Mandinka Family.
Yes.
and I will definitely put all of their links, how you can contact them, in the description box.
All right.
So I definitely appreciate you guys sharing your time with me, man. They are really down to earth people. They just like they are on camera. They're so cool. And any concluding comments?
No, we want to thank you
Thank you.
guys. We want
Yes.
to thank you guys for coming out here and taking time out of your busy schedule, because I know
giving
time
us
is of the
this hat.
essence.
Oh, yeah.
Thank
Black
you for
love
coming out
hat.
here. And
Oh,
now
yeah.
you know where we are. Always welcome. You know
Yes,
where we are
thank
now.
you.
Awesome. Yes, thank you so much. All right, guys. So if you enjoyed this interview, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. How can they reach us?
The Mandinka Family on Instagram, the Mandinka Family on Facebook, and the Mandinka Family at gmail.com.
All right, guys. And as always, don't forget, Black love is Black power.
Yes.
See you guys.
Always. Bye, guys.